So welcome to this next lecture in which we are going to discuss the power flow equations or the concept of power flow in case of an induction motor. But before moving further, it will be better if we consider the different losses which normally occur in an induction motor. Now in any electrical system, whether it is static or it is rotating, two losses they definitely occur. One of them it is called as the copper loss, which normally depend on the load, and as the load is variable in nature, the copper loss it is normally called as the variable loss. And the second loss which occur in almost all electrical systems, it is the core loss or the iron loss. In addition to these two, there is one more loss that occur in an induction motor, that is the friction windage loss. Now friction windage loss we need to consider because of the rotary motion involved in an induction motor. So along with this, one more loss is there, that is called as the friction windage loss. So three losses they normally occur in an induction motor. I repeat them once again: the copper loss, the core or the iron loss, and the friction windage loss. Now for an induction motor, there are two main parts which are involved in it. One of them is the stator and another one is the rotor. So these copper losses, I can further express them as the stator copper loss and the rotor copper loss. So whenever you supply or whenever you feed your induction motor with an input power, before calculating the output power, we need to consider all these losses depending upon the stage at which they occur. So this analysis of the flow of power in an induction motor, it is called as the power flow concept. Okay, so let us see how we can explain or how we can understand the concept of power flow in an induction motor. So remember, we are dealing with a three-phase induction motor. So for any three-phase system, the generalized expression for the input power, it is given by the formula √3 VLIL cos of phi. Now the very first part that comes in front of you, it is the outermost part or it is the stator. So from this input power, I have to subtract my stator copper loss and the stator core loss. So that means if I subtract from my input power the stator losses together, that is stator copper loss and the stator core loss, then I will have with me reduced amount of power which is going to be fed as an input power to the rotor. So after subtracting these two losses from the input power, I will have the input power to my rotor. As the rotor receives the power through an air gap, the rotor input power is also called as the air gap power, and the common symbol used to indicate the air gap power is capital B suffix small g. Now from this air gap power, now I have to take into consideration the two more losses remaining. One of them is the rotor copper loss. So from this air gap power, if I subtract the rotor copper loss, I will have one more power available with me, that is called as the mechanical power, denoted by the symbol EM. So out of the three losses, two losses we have considered, that is the stator loss and the rotor copper loss. So from this mechanical power, if I subtract my friction windage loss, then whatever I will have in my hand, it is called as the shaft power or the output power. So this entire sequence in which the power flows through an induction motor right from input to the output, it is called as the power flow concept in an induction motor. So in end semester examination or might be role also, you might be asked with this question: explain the power flow concept in an induction motor. So theoretically speaking, we can represent the power flow concept in this particular manner. our next aim is to find out the interrelationship among different powers which are involved in the power flow. So let us proceed further with development of the interrelationship between the powers. So please note this particular power flow diagram so that we can proceed further to develop the concept of interrelationship between the different powers. So air gap power, that is PG, it is given by the formula the input power to your induction motor or input power to your stator minus the stator losses. Now here stator losses means the stator copper loss as well as the stator core loss. The alternative mathematical expression for the air gap power which you have already seen, it is E2I2 cos phi 2. So I will modify this equation so as to suit my requirement. So I will write down this equation further as PG, that is air gap power, is equal to E2I2 into R2 upon square root of R2 square plus A62 whole bracket square. So I will modify this equation further as it will be E2I2 multiplied by R2 upon S upon square root of R2 upon S square plus X2 square. So this equation I can rearrange it in this particular fashion. It will be E2 upon R2 upon S whole square plus X2 square into I2 into R2 upon S. Now what is this? This is nothing but an alternate expression for my rotor current. So I can adjust this equation further as PG is equal to I2 square R2 upon S. So this is an alternative expression that we have found out for the air gap power in terms of the rotor current and the rotor resistance. Remember all the symbols that we mentioned at the beginning, these are expressed on the per phase basis. So if you calculate the air gap power by this formula, you are going to get the per phase air gap power. But while calculating the values for a numerical, we have to calculate the values on 3-phase basis. So this idea will get more clear when we start actually dealing with the numericals. So let us continue our discussion further. Now from this air gap power, or how this air gap power is utilized? It is utilized to meet the rotor copper loss and the mechanical power. So my next aim is to express the rotor copper loss and the mechanical power in terms of this air gap power. So I will modify the original equation for air gap power somewhat like this. So I will just add I2 square R2 in the original equation for my air gap power and I will subtract it. So it will be I2 square R2 minus I2 square R2. So mathematically I have not made any change, plus I2 square R2 upon S. Now what is this? This is the generalized expression for copper loss in any electrical system. But right now I2 square R2 will give me the rotor copper loss, and the remaining two terms I can write them down as I2 square R2 into 1 upon S minus 1. So this is the expression for my mechanical power. Okay, and what is there on the left hand side? It is the original expression for my air gap power, that is I2 square R2 upon S. So now I am in a position to find out an expression for rotor copper loss in terms of this air gap power as well as the expression for the mechanical power in terms of this air gap power. Let us see how we can express the rotor copper loss and the mechanical power in terms of the air gap power. So I hope all of you understood up to this particular stage. Let us proceed further. So my rotor copper losses are given by the expression I2 square R2. So I can write down this expression as rotor copper loss is equal to slip times the air gap power, or simply S into PG. So my rotor copper loss I can express it as S into PG. So this is an important equation that you have to always remember. Let us try to see how can we express the mechanical power in terms of the air gap power. So the expression for the mechanical power, it is I2 square R2 into 1 upon S minus 1. So I can rewrite this expression as I2 square R2 into 1 minus S upon S. Or I can write down the mechanical power as 1 minus S times the air gap power, or simply to remember this, Pm is given by the formula 1 minus S times Eg. So this is another expression that we have found out for the mechanical power. Okay, so the rotor copper losses which occur in an induction motor are given by the formula slip times the air gap power, whereas the mechanical power, it is given by the formula Pm is equal to 1 minus S into Pg. Now from this mechanical power, if you further subtract the friction windage losses, then finally you will have with you is the output power or the shaft power developed by the induction motor. Okay, so please go through this entire analysis and see how we have expressed the rotor copper loss and the mechanical power in terms of the air gap power. The idea will get more clear once we start solving the numericals. Okay, so my request to you is now, please refer the question papers so that it will be easier for you to identify the numerical that we are going to solve. Okay, so let us see how we can use these interrelationships to solve different numericals on an induction motor. Okay. Now the first numerical that we are going to solve, it has been asked in summer 2015 in question number 2b. So let us check what they have given in the numerical. It is a 3-phase 6-pole 500 volt star connected induction motor which draws a line current of 20 ampere at 0.866 lagging power factor. So what they have given? It is a 3-phase 6-pole star connected induction motor. It is energized with voltage of 500 volt. It is drawing a line current of 20 ampere. So line current they have given as 20 ampere and at 0.866 lagging power factor. The stator resistance per phase is 0.75 ohm. So R1 value they have given, it is 0.75 ohm per phase. the rotor exerts a torque of 120 Newton meter while running at 960 rpm. So the mechanical torque now they have given, it is 120 Newton meter at a speed of 960 rpm. The useful mechanical power obtained is 12 kW. That means mechanical power or the shaft power they have given, it is 12 kW. So PSH, it is 12 kW or 12,000 watts. Now what we are supposed to calculate? We have to calculate the slip, the stator iron loss and the efficiency. Okay, let us see how can use this much information to solve this numerical further. So please note down the given information so that we can proceed. So first of all, we have to calculate the input power to the stator, which is given by the formula P in is equal to root 3 VL IL cos of phi. So it will be root 3 into 500 into 20, which is the line current value, into 0.866. So the answer comes out to be nearly 15,000 watt. So P in, that is the input power to our stator, we have calculated it as 15,000 watt. Now what they have given along with this? The mechanical torque, it is 120 Newton meter. Now please recall the relationship between power and torque. In general, power is given by the formula 2 pi into small n, that is speed in rps into t, and therefore the corresponding mechanical power, that is P mechanical, will be equal to 2 pi n into T mechanical. So in this case it will be 2 pi into n. So that 120 Newton meter torque is getting developed at 960 rpm. So small n, that is rotor speed in rps, will be 960 upon 60 into 120. So the answer comes out to be 12063 watt. So the mechanical power is 12,063 watts. Okay, is it fine up to this step? Let us proceed further with remaining calculations. Now P mechanical, it is given by the formula 1 minus S into Pg, and therefore the air gap power, it can be calculated as P mechanical upon 1 minus S. Now the one short step that is remaining is the calculation of your slip. So I will explain it over here. Slip is equal to the synchronous speed, which will come out to be 1000 rpm minus 960 upon 1000. So answer comes out to be 0.04. So the slip at which or with which the motor is operating, it is 4% or 0.04 per unit, and therefore the air gap power will be the mechanical power upon 1 minus 0.04. So the air gap power comes out to be 12,566.37 watts. Okay, so the air gap power is coming out to be 12,566.37 watts. Okay, now the next parameter that we are supposed to calculate is the stator core losses or stator iron losses. Now the stator iron losses, please recall how the input power flows from stator to rotor. So from the input power I have to subtract the stator copper loss and the stator core loss, so that with me I will have my air gap power, or in another way, P in minus Pg, that will give me the stator copper loss and the stator core loss. Again, the stator copper loss can be calculated as 3 times I1 square, which is the stator input current, multiplied by the per phase stator resistance, that is R1. And therefore, now you can see from this, if I want to calculate the stator core loss, first of all I have to subtract my air gap power from my input power, as well as I have to subtract the stator copper loss. So now I can write down the stator core loss as P in, which is 15,000, minus Pg, which is 12,566.37, minus 3 times the per phase stator resistance they have given, it is 0.75 ohm, and the per phase stator current, that is 20 ampere. As the motor is connected in star, line current and phase current will be same. So if I substitute the values and solve it further, I will get the value for my stator core loss as 1533.63 watts. So this is